Hello, Cindy Houston from Pagosa Springs, Colorado. A quick introduction to myself. I've been in movement since 1989. I've been teaching Pilates since 1999 and am a true believer of healing through movement. My real story goes back to 1984. I was in a car accident and had a massive brain injury or traumatic brain injury. In treating my brain injury, the doctors didn't notice that I had broken my back. And so for years and years, I was in horrible and chronic back pain. So in 2017, I was introduced to fascia, to Gil Hedley, and through Gil Hedley, I was introduced to Sue Hitzman of the MELT method. I started doing the MELT method religiously, daily, and got myself completely out of pain. And that really opened up my eyes to fascia and why fascia is so important. So this year, in January 2025, I was introduced to Human Garage, and I did a 75-minute Zoom call. And in that Zoom call, I don't know what happened. I just was compelled and awakened and just knew that I had found my tribe. At the end of that class, you guys announced that you were doing the coaches course. And I jumped all over. I was so excited. And here I am today. So the intention I set, every class, I just want to be in touch with my fascia and what it's communicating to me. I want to bring healing and mobility to the body. But another strong intention I have today is to really connect and be present with you, even though we're doing this by camera. So I'm going to be present and connected with you. What is fascia? Fascia is the 12th organ of the body. It's the most intuitive organ of the body. It houses our organs, our muscles, our bones, our ligaments, our tendons. It what moves us through life. So it is our fascia that actually propels and moves us. It is intuitive and connected. So it connects me to the earth, into the mycelium of the earth. It connects me to you. It connects me to ultimate God, divine, or universe. And so it's our connectiveness. It is also bioelectric. So it's energized and it's electric, and it takes in all the information around us and gives us great feedback of how to move through this earth. It has more nerve endings than the brain. It also has more nerve endings than the nervous system. So that is what fascia is. Fascial maneuvers. So in the beginning, there was 10 main fascial maneuvers. And these were maneuvers to hold a certain position to get us out of pain. But over time, Gary and Jason and Cynthia, and I'm sure Aisha too, realized that it was so much more than just getting us out of pain. It was intuitive. It was bringing energy back. It was reprogramming this computer of a body that we have. And each of those 10 original movements correlate to a certain organ. So they're opening up that organ and helping to re-energize and heal. So as we do these fascial maneuvers, at first we think, well, this is going to help my lower back pain. But then when we realize it's actually setting us free, it's removing all resistance, it's breaking through patterns that we've had through our whole life. It's changing the way that we think, the way that we communicate to our organs, our emotions, and our body. So fascial maneuvers. What you may experience during this class or today is all of the above, everything. So you may experience belching, you may experience farting, you may have pressure behind your knees or pain in your shoulders, and I can tell you that it will eventually go out of the body by the end of the class. You may have tears, you might have emotions, you might laugh your whole way through a fascial maneuvers class. You could have anger come up. You could have nothing. You could feel absolutely nothing. All of it is completely normal. So whatever comes up for you is completely normal. I just want you to know that. Breathing. Breathing. So there's 3 types of breath that we use during fascial maneuvers. Breathing through our nose is from the diaphragm up. So when we breathe through the nose, we're first of all calming our nervous system down. We're removing nitric oxide from our system. We are creating pressure from the diaphragm up. So when you breathe through the nose, it's more corresponding diaphragm up. So say like lungs, heart, thyroid, and head. And when you breathe in, you can actually feel that pressure go up. Breathing through the mouth is diaphragm down. So when we breathe from the diaphragm down, we're sending pressure down into, say, the kidneys or the bladder or the pelvis. So we're putting pressure down. But when we breathe through the mouth, we're also energizing the body. So if we want to energize the body, sometimes we'll do 6 quick breaths and breathe like that to really pump the body up. The third breath is stage breath. So we'll suck air in, hold that air, more, and then release. And oftentimes it's done while being twisted. So we have an internal balloon, which is our lungs, and we have the external balloon, which is our skin. When we breathe, to create that pressure in our lungs, it's putting internal pressure and kind of pinning the fascia of our body. I like to think of it as getting a grip on our fascia and blowing through areas that might have obstructions. So if I have obstructions, say in my diaphragm, and I'm twisting and I'm breathing, I'm gonna pop through that area. And so it's opening things up and getting a grip and like shear on our fascia. So those are the 3 types of breath. So for movement today, we're gonna start with palate slide. So I'm gonna have you take your right hand and place it over on your left shoulder. Take your right foot over in front of your body and take your left hand and place it on your right shoulder. We're gonna be taking the thumb, pressing on the right side of our mouth and over to the left. We're gonna be doing this 6 times. And I want you to do a nice amount of pressure. Here we go, from the right side to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Palate swipe. Okay, the roof of your mouth is a diaphragm. Sorry, I've got something in my throat. And we have our pelvis, which is a diaphragm facing up. And when you think about that upper diaphragm and bottom diaphragm rotate as we walk. So those diaphragms are rotating, but we also have a diaphragm in the middle of our body that's going up with breathing and down with breathing. And so the palate swipe really helps to open up the skull. It helps to also open up our pelvis and our hips. We're going to be going into totally twisted. So I want you to take your right hand and go onto the skin if you can of your left shoulder. Right foot goes over and the left hand goes on top of your right shoulder, or you can go inside your shirt. I'm going to have you look to the left and twist your body to the right. Drop your shoulders, tighten your pelvic floor, and do a spinal pelvic lock, which means tighten the pelvic floor, draw it up, and pull your belly button to your spine. So spinal pelvic lock. Twist it as far as you can. I want you to ground both feet. So again, head to the left, body to the right. You're going to find a tight spot in your left cheek with your tongue. You're going to hold it there, putting pressure with your tongue there, and breathe in through the nose 6 times with me. Here we go. I want you to stay there, but drop the tongue. Purse your lips like you're breathing through a coffee straw. Breathe air in with me. Keep that air. More air. More. Relax the shoulders. twist a little body, a little bit more to the right, and exhale. And again, breathe in, hold it, more, more. Relaxing the shoulders, twist a little further to the right, head to the left, exhale. And again, more air, more, hold, and exhale a little bit further. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and again. Keep your hands where they are, look to the left, twist the body to the right, check your pelvic floor and spinal pelvic lock, relax the shoulders, find a tight spot in your cheek with your tongue. Inhale through the nose 6 times with me. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Drop the tongue. Purse your lips. Stage breath. Suck air in. More air. More. Hold. Relaxing the shoulders. Twist a little further. Body to the left, head to the right. Exhale. And again. More air. More. Hold. And twist a little further. And again. More air. More. Hold. Twist a little bit further. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Releasing heat from the body. Inhale. Exhale. And again. 4, 5, and 6. Good, and release. We're gonna let that integrate into the body. You can walk a figure 8 on the floor, which really helps the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere of the brains and brings them together. Walking around the floor also helps you get undizzy. And it connects you into the negative and positive polarity of our earth. We're gonna be doing the other side. So we're gonna take the left hand and go to the right shoulder. Take the left foot, and bring it over the front of the body. Bring the opposite hand over. We're gonna be looking to the right, dropping the shoulders, ground both feet, twist the body to the left. Find a tight spot in your cheek. We're gonna be doing 6 breaths through the nose, out through the nose. Together, here we go. Relax the tongue. Purse your lips, stage breath. Bring air in. More. More. Relax your shoulders, twist the body more to the left, head to the right. Exhale. Purse your lips, breathe in. More air. More. Hold. And twist a little bit further. And again. More air. More. Hold. And twist a little bit further. Inhale through the nose, calming the system. Exhale. And again. Leave your hands where they are. Look to the left, round both feet. Check your Spinal pelvic lock, twist the body to the right. Find a tight spot in your cheek. 6 breaths with me. Here we go. In through the nose. Dropping the tongue, stage breath. Inhale through the little pursed lips, coffee straw. Hold it, more. Relax the shoulders and twist a little further. Exhale your air. And again. More air. More. Hold. Twist a little further. One more. More. Hold. And twist a little further. Inhale through the nose 6 times together. Inhale. Exhale. And release. And I want you just to notice from just doing our palate swipe and doing our totally twisted, how calm our mental chatter is, how calm the body is. So we're calming the body. In that calm state, releasing all stress, we heal. We're also very connected to what's going on around us. We see colors in a different way. We hear different things in people's voice. Smells are different. Just subtle changes of how we connect to everything around us. The next one is anti-gravity. It is my favorite, I must admit. The thumbs will be crossed, the fingertips will be crossed, and we're going to be lengthening that spine. So on totally twisted, we're really releasing shoulders, ribs, and lower back. And on this one, we're taking the spine and we're giving it a little anti-gravity. We're really opening up that spine. So thumbs will be crossed, fingertips will be crossed, and they'll go behind. Now, I'm super short in my Achilles tendons from walking on my toes as a kid, so I'm still working on opening up those ankles and my knees and my calves and my Achilles tendons. So I use a prop for my feet. We're going to be lifting the elbows all the way up to the sky, like you're picking up a kitten by the scruff of their neck. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. We're going to be bringing our chin to our chest, but really pulling that skin as you do, keeping the chin to the chest. We're going to be taking our our ribs and keeping them still, but our heels will be shoulder width apart. So don't let the ribs rock with this. Keep the chin close to the chest. Inhale through the nose. Twist to the right, keeping that air, and back to center. Exhale. Inhale. To the left. Keeping that air, back to center, exhale. Pulling that skin, the back of the neck, inhale. Twist to the right, keeping the air, back to center. Inhale. To the left. Center. Inhale. Right. Center. Inhale. Left. Back to center. Now I lift my elbows back up to the sky, open up my heart to the sky, and then I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. I'm going to stick my booty back, reach my elbows up, and then pushing energy up into the brain, up into the pituitary. And really lengthening that spine, still pulling the skin of my neck all the way down to the tailbone. Inhale, air. Twist to the right. Back to center. Check that you have your spinal pelvic lock. Inhale. To the left, and this time you can move your rib cage back to center, and again to the right, back to center, and again, to the left, back to center, inhale, twist, back to center, inhale, back to center, move to the left, and back to center. We're gonna take it all the way down. So still pulling, keeping that spinal pelvic lock to create as much pressure as we can. We're gonna drop it all the way down in the fetal position. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale. And again. Exhale. Through the nose. One more. And we're going to speak to our body. So repeat after me. I feel safe. I feel supported. And I feel loved. Keeping your elbows where they are. We're going to lift our glutes up into the air and keep our body folded. So just lift the glutes up. Just hang here for a moment. And I like to sway and just open up the back of those hips from side to side. Keeping your chin as close to your body as you can. We're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Lifting our elbows all the way up to the sky. Putting all that pressure up into the brain. And think of that spinal, cerebral fluid swishing around in the brain, swishing around that pituitary. And when we release, we're gonna feel the swoosh of the cerebral fluid leaving the brain and going down into the cervical spine. And release. Good, you just kind of let that incorporate into the body. So I watched a great, it was a YouTube video, but this guy really explained that when we put that pressure up into the brain and we put that cerebral fluid up there and we put the pressure on the pituitary gland, that our brain actually has like an orgasm. So being a traumatic brain injury person, to me that's just so important to get that pressure and feel that release. The next one, we're going to be taking our fingertips down to our knees. Here, it's called swinger. Sticking our glutes out behind us. We're going to take our left hand and place it on our right shoulder. We're going to take the right hand and pull the skin down to the elbow and pin it there. Tighten that pelvic spinal lock. And we're going to be twisting the body to the right and the head goes down to the left. So twisting here even more. Tighten that pelvic floor even more. And we're going to be bringing our left shoulder to our right knee. Here we go. Left shoulder to right knee, energizing 6 breaths together. Here we go. And release. Shake it out. Let it incorporate into the body. Going into the other side, bring our fingertips to our knees, booty goes back behind us, lengthen that spine. We're gonna take the right hand, go to the left shoulder, take the left hand, pull that skin down to the back of the elbow and pin it there. We're gonna twist that whole body over to the left and we're gonna look to the right. Tighten that spinal pelvic lock, bring your right shoulder to your left knee, 6 breaths with me. Here we go. And release and come back up. Next one's called pullover. Pullover is also one of my favorites. It opens up the lungs. It also helps the digestive tract and it helps us poop. So when I'm hiking, I get jammed up in my thoracic spine and this is my go-to every time when I'm hiking. So we're gonna take The left hand, go the outside of the scapula. Find that skin on the outside, and we're gonna pull it up. And I want you to pull it so much that you can feel it pulling all the way from the sacrum. The right hand is gonna go around and hug your body. So we're kind of giving ourselves a hug. Lift the right shoulder up, look to the right side. Spinal pelvic lock, right shoulder to left knee. 6 energizing breaths. Here we go together. And roll it up. Let that incorporate in. You can also feel how different that right shoulder feels, how open the lungs are, the lower back, how good it feels. We're going to take the right hand to the outside of the scapula tip, here on the outside of the scapula, and we're going to pull that skin up so much that you feel it pull all the way through your sacrum. The left hand's going to go around the rib cage. We're going to look to the left, pull that shoulder up even more, tighten that spinal pelvic lock, bringing the left shoulder down to the right knee. And what I also like to do is tuck my tail a bit here to really pull that balloon across the back. So left shoulder to right knee, inhale 6 times with me. And release and bring it up. Now we're equal in the shoulders, the ribs, the back is all opened up. So going into pretzel squat, I want to remind you to give yourself grace on pretzel squat. Wherever you land today is good for you. You don't have to be all the way down. You could use a couch or a chair. Lost my tracking on this. You can sit down on something and do the whole pretzel squat seated. And get my tracking going again. There we go. So you're welcome to do this seated, or you can do it standing with me. So what we're gonna do is take the left foot and line it up with the right foot like a T. Step out 3 feet and bring your right hand and bring it all the way through, like you're reaching through that back wall. Take the right hand, place it on your left shoulder, and then you're gonna look over that shoulder to the floor. And at the same time, you're gonna take that left hand and pull all that skin up the leg. So you're grabbing that skin and pulling it up, and we're just gonna hang here for a moment because it feels so good. Really push that left hip out. So I'll turn this way so you guys can see me. That left hip is way out there, pulling all that skin up. Then we're gonna take that left hand and place it back between our scapula tips facing out. So as high up as you can today, facing out. We're gonna bend both knees and think about aiming your tailbone between the heels, and we're gonna squat down. Inhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. We're going to switch your hands. The left hand goes to the right shoulder. The right hand faces out between our scapula tips. Our head is to the left, the body twists to the right. Spinal pelvic lock. Breathe in through the mouth 3 times. Inhale through the nose 3 times. Good, and bring it up. Walk it around, let it incorporate. So, pretzel squat opens up the hips, the knees, and the ankles. It's also forcing open the lungs because we're constricting them and twisting. Letting that incorporate, we'll do the other side. Lining our right foot up with our left arch, step out 3 feet. Take your left hand, reach it all the way through. And as you do, you really feel that rib cage twist. So you're twisting that rib cage. We're gonna bring that left hand to the right shoulder. We're gonna look over that left shoulder to the floor, which sticks our right hip way out. We're gonna grab all that skin on the back of that right thigh and pull it up. Looking to the floor, hold here and hang for a second. It just feels so good. Then we're gonna take the right hand facing out between the scapula tips. Keeping our head to the left, our body to our right. We're gonna bend both knees and head down. You're taking your tailbone between your heels. Still looking left, body to the right, breathe through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And switch. Right hand goes to your left shoulder. Left hand goes facing out between your scapula tips. Twisting the head looks all the way over to your right, body to the left. 6 breaths through the mouth. Inhale to the nose. And release. You can use your hands on the floor or use your core. Let's bring it up. Let's walk around that figure 8 to let it incorporate into the body. Giving our system time to incorporate it in. Organ reset. So we'll start at the navel. We're gonna go 2 inches over to the right and 2 inches down. And you'll feel this little P underneath the skin. It's like it almost pushes back on you. We're gonna take and torque the skin. So it's gonna be thumbs up, torquing the skin here. Breathe into the mouth. Whoops, you know what? Let me go back. I want you guys to feel the energy of this. I get so used to doing it by myself, but I want you guys to feel the energy. So let's rub those hands together. Rub them, rub them, rub them. Rub your knuckles. Rub your little knuckles. Rub your fingernails, which are your antennas. Just like whiskers on a cat. Clap your hands. And we're gonna play with this energy. So you can feel it between your hands. And as we take the hands, like one on one side of the body and one on the organ, the energy is gonna be flowing through those hands. So we'll go again, 2 inches over to the right of your belly button and 2 inches down. You're gonna find this little ball, your ileocecal valve, and it'll feel like a little marble. It's smaller than the marble. You're gonna twist the thumbs up. Even if you can't feel it, I want you to twist and torque in that area. Bring your left hand behind your neck and feel the energy running between the hands. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale. And again. Through the nose. And again. And again. Repeat after me. I now release all grief. Moving up, we're gonna go underneath the rib cage. So right here, where the rib cage has this arc, we wanna be right there. For this is liver and gallbladder. We're also gonna stick our hands in there, go thumbs up. Left hand behind the neck, let the energy run between the hands. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale. And again. Through the nose. Repeat after me. I release all anger and resentment from my life. One more time. I release all anger and resentment from my life. Going over to stomach, we're gonna slide over underneath the other ribs. And this one, instead of torquing, we're gonna pull it. So you're pulling towards your right elbow. We're gonna give it a little love, a little hug here. Hand goes behind the neck, inhale through the mouth. Exhale. And again. Inhale through the nose. I release all dread now. Again, I release all dread. So stomach is where our desires reside and where our beliefs are good beliefs. So we have good desires and good beliefs. We want to clear out that dread so that we can hear our true desires. Going down, we're going to go halfway between the belly button and the hip. Down here is the valve of Houston. And we're gonna give it a little torque, thumbs up, hand behind the neck. This is also small intestines, and this is also, I send intention into my pancreas here, and I'll explain why. Inhale through the mouth, exhale, and again. Inhale through the nose. And again. For my small intestines, I release overthinking. Again, I release overthinking. For my pancreas, which lies between the stomach, behind the stomach, and the spleen, it's in the same kind of general area, and I'm intentionally sending energy to it. It is either bitterness in life or it's joy. So what I say to my pancreas is I see joy in everything I do. So I see joy in everything I do. Okay, so going from there, we're going into the bladder. I want you to reach down. You can be inside your shorts on the outside, whatever you're most comfortable with. And right where that bone comes down into the skin, I want you to bend forward so we kind of grab a chunk of skin. And the first one I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull the skin up. I'm just gonna sway from side to side, opening that fascia. And then I'm gonna take my left hand behind my neck. I'm gonna send energy from my left hand to my right hand and back rounding from my right hand to my left hand. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. And again. I release fear. And I replace that fear with truth and faith. Again, I release all fear. And I replace that fear with faith and confidence. Bladder is also where we hold anxiety. And so I release all anxiety. Going from the bladder to our kidneys, we're gonna come onto our right side, and I like to bend over and get that skin to kind of fold up there. And I'm gonna grab a chunk of that skin, and I'm gonna pull it down. I'm gonna take my hand behind my neck, and I'm gonna pull that left elbow way up and breathe through my mouth. Exhale. And again. And again. Through the nose 3 times. Exhale. One more. And release. So the kidneys are energy centers. They're also where we store our emotions. So we store disappointment, shame. So I'm just releasing all disappointment, releasing all shame. And my belief now is that good things come from all of my experiences. Going around the bottom of the ribs, we're gonna take it around until you run into your spine. Right there in that little triangle is your spleen. You're gonna put your thumb on the spleen, take your right hand behind, running energy into that spleen, pull the right elbow forward into a 45, and bend. So you're pushing that spleen right into that thumb. Inhale through the mouth. Through the nose. I release worry and I replace it with faith. I release worry and I replace it with faith. Going over to the left side, bending over, and pull all that skin down, pin it, pull it all the way down, and we're going to take the left or the right hand behind the neck. So right hand behind the neck, and we're going to pull it, and pull all that skin down. We're going to look to the ceiling. Inhale through the mouth. And again. Through the nose. And release. Nice. Going into our thyroid. We're going to pull that skin up on the thyroid. You can either be down here on the skin and pull up, or you can go hand behind. I personally like right here, so I'm still running the energy between both hands, and I'm going to lift up. Pull all that skin up and breathe through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Thyroid and voice. I honor my voice, even when it's a disadvantage to people around me. So voice, I honor you. Going to heart coherency. Bringing the right hand onto the heart. Feel that beat of the heart. Take the other hand on top of the head. And imagine you can feel the beat of your head. We're going to bring and sync those two beats together. Just like the frequency of the heart and the frequency of brain. And we're going to tune them together so that we have heart-mind coherency. Inhale through the mouth gently. Feel it. Exhale. And again. One more. Through the nose. And again. One more. And release. Going into if you have a headache, we're going to take and go into antler twist. Our right hand faces back, and how I remember that is I'll be right back. Left hand goes forward. We're going to put some pressure on the head, like 10 pounds of pressure, and we're smearing our fingertips up towards each other. And we're going to take it from side to side just for a moment here and just feel that. Breathing. Take the chin to the chest. Inhale 3 times through the mouth, actually through the nose. Exhale. Feel it through the head. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. And again. Chin up through the nose. To the right. To the left. Skier squat and take and just rotate back and forth, breathing. One more. And release. double ear pull. Going to be pulling my ears up. So I'm actually going to get a good grip of my ears right here and give it a pull straight up. So pulling straight up here. I'm going to look to the ceiling. Inhale through the mouth. Right into that head. Exhale. And again. Chin to chest. Keep that body lifted with the chin to the chest. And again. Again to the left. Or to the right. Sorry, to the right. To the left. Get a grip again if you need to. Let's squat and just take this all over. Just pulling, inhaling into that head. Exhale. And again. One last breath. And release. Hip pain going into psoas. We're going over to the right side. I like to go over about 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches. And I like to go down a little further. So you can go 2 inches so you're on that small intestine, or you can go lower. And right now I like to go a little lower. I'm gonna take my hand and I'm gonna bend forward to kind of grab a chunk of skin and get in there. And I'm gonna find the place that's a little tight on me. And take the other hand, I'm gonna pull up. And because I'm close to the camera, I'm gonna push that right leg back. I'm gonna squeeze my glutes. I'm gonna look to the ceiling. Inhale through the mouth 3 times. Inhale through the nose. Squeeze those glutes. One more. And release. See if you can feel a difference between the 2 hips. So I can feel that the hip has a little bit more of a glide to it. Psoas release is one that I do every day since I've always been a lower back and hip person. Going to the other side. So taking it over to the left, 2 to 3 inches, and down 2 to 3 inches. Bend forward and like to feel like where I'm tight in that psoas. I'm gonna dig my fingertips in. I'm gonna take my other hand on top to support it. I'm gonna push my left leg back, squeeze my glutes, and open my heart to the sky. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale. And again. Inhale through the nose. And release it. Walk it around, shake it out. Feel how good your hips feel. Jaw pain, getting cheeky. So, jaw has an L, our hips have an L, and our ankles have an L. So our jaws, our hips and our ankles are connected. So getting cheeky, I'm gonna start in the jaw, but we are gonna move into the hips to release the jaw. So we're gonna take right hand backwards and left hand forwards. And we're gonna twist it in the jaw. Give me a kiss. Okay, holding it there. We're gonna open and close the mouth and breathe. And I like to take it from side to side. Maybe take it all around, kind of push out and through. And again. Inhale through the nose. Get a grip again. A little bit more. And that one I like to feel and kind of do it until I feel that release. Sorry, my camera's not following me. I don't know where it's going. You. I think it's following my dog. Hello. Okay. Sorry, camera dysfunction here. Okay. Okay, so for jaw pain, we can do one of my favorites, and that is hip release. So we're gonna bring it down onto the floor. It's not following me, but hopefully you guys can still see me. We're gonna bring it down to the floor. Both legs go up to the ceiling, cross the right over the left, and bend your legs to like what I call a wishbone. You're gonna reach up and grab the skin right above your ankles, and we're gonna twist it like a snake bite, and we're gonna pull that body into fetal position. I'm gonna take my right ear past my left knee, keep my spinal pelvic floor, spinal pelvic lock, breathe through the mouth 3 times. Breathe with me. Inhale through the nose. And rock it all around. Switching the legs, bring the legs up. We're gonna cross our right leg over and bring it into wishbone. Twist the skin back. Tighten that spinal pelvic lock, bring in that pelvic floor. Bring your left ear past your right knee. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale. And again. Through the nose. And rock it around. Pull on those legs. Good. And release up. Digestion. So we already did our organ reset. We already did pullover for digestion. So what I'm going to do for digestion today is elbow torque overhead. You're going to take your right thumb and place it underneath your clavicle, and take your hand and place it on your trap. You're going to grab your elbow and twist it one way, and then twist it the other way, and see which way you have more torque. Whichever way creates more pressure or most torque is where you want to be. Now, to the best of your ability today, take that elbow up. Sorry, right on that microphone, so I'm probably messing up my microphone. And we're going to take and lean over to the left side. I'm going to take my right leg back behind me. I'm going to look to the right. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale. Pull a little further in again. Breathe through the nose. Exhale. And release. You can just feel that open everything up and give space and healing to the digestive tract. Left hand goes right underneath the clavicle. Elbow goes forward. You're going to torque your elbow one way, meaning out or in. See which way today you feel more torque. And take that elbow up overhead. We're going to take the left leg behind us. We're going to lean way over to the right side and look to that left armpit. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale. A little further. Inhale through the nose. And again. One more. And release. Shoulder, wristy twisty. Take your right hand out in front of you and pull your fingertips back. I'm checking my time. Okay, pulling the fingertips back. I want you to push like you're gonna pull your fingers right off. And what I like to do with this is imagine I took your favorite pair of jammies, they're onesies, I stuck them in the dryer and they shrank. And I want you to push and stretch those jammies back out, this whole field of fascia. And so I'm just kind of doing, searching for tight areas. And I might find in the forearm, I might feel it in my armpit. I might feel it in the back of my ribs or my hips. I'm taking it all around. Bringing that all the way up to the ceiling. You're gonna keep it pulling down, pull the elbow close into your side, and slowly rotate the hand out. Fascia likes to move slow, 4 centimeters per second. I'm gonna take and look away from that hand, and I'm gonna breathe in through the mouth. Exhale. And again. Through the nose. And again. And release. Take it and twist it all around. I'm going to stay on this same side, and the second one I'm going to do is arm pull. So palm faces out. You're going to reach right underneath the arm as far as you can, near the armpit, and twist that skin out. Now, as you have that skin out, I like to make a fist, and I'm going to take and make that fist and twist my hand down and pull my shoulder up like I'm picking up a really heavy suitcase, and I'm going to slide that skin around my bones. From here, I'm going to inhale through the mouth. Exhale. Can even take the hand forward and stick my glutes back behind me. And again. Keep pulling the shoulder. Deeper. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. This one's a workout. And again. And release. Wristy twisty, hand goes forward, pull. Actually, before you do that, feel the difference between your shoulders, and you'll feel like your right shoulder is like way up here. That's just taking off with wings. It should feel nice and light. So go into the other side, pull the fingertips back like you were breaking your wrist. Way back. Again, we're pushing on that field of fascia like you're stretching out your favorite pair of jammies. And we're taking it all around. And just feel. And when you feel that tight area, just linger and push. So fascia does not like to be moved quick when we're working with it. It just likes the slow healing. The intention of just opening everything up. Bringing it hand all the way up, to the sky, fingertips down. Pull the elbow all the way down and pull the fingertips out. We're going to look away from that hand. And I like to take that left foot back behind. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale. And again. Spinal pelvic lock. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. And release, arm pull. Hand goes out, palm faces up. Reach right underneath, grab that skin and push it out. Take that hand, twist it down, and make a fist. You don't have to make a fist, but that's where I really feel it. And you can bring it down and pull the shoulder up and pull, pushing that skin out. You're gonna pull the skin down around the arm as you pull that shoulder up. And to get even deeper, you can just pull it out and stick your tailbone back behind you. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale. And again. Pull more, shoulder up, hand pulling. Inhale through the nose. One more. And release, and feel how good both your shoulders feel. Just feel like they're taken up off the body. Hydration. So there's 4 main components to hydration. One is that you want your water to, I'm going blank on the word. I use hydrogen water, but you want your water to be programmed. And so if you have that water, I can't think of the right word, but anyway, I use hydrogen water. And the reason that you want your water to be programmed is so that we can absorb it and recognize it, because our water used to run through streams and be mineralized by running over rocks. And water was alive. It came out of wells, out of the earth, running through mountains. And now our water is dead. So we want to reprogram that water. So I can't think of the word, but anyway, your water needs to be programmed. The other one is that we need to be mineralized. So we need to be taking minerals into our bodies. So Human Garage, they use Irish sea moss to mineralize the body. So we need to be mineralized. And then structured water, there's the word. We want structured water. We want to be mineralized. So Irish sea moss. The other thing is we want to bring that hydrogen or that water into our body by doing our fascial maneuvers and squishing that water through to help with our hydration. And the fourth is to get out in the sun. So my camera's not following me again, but it's to get in that sunlight. And so trying to be in the sun as much as we can, because it actually glows through the body and reprograms us. We can also take our water in our hydrogen bottles, turn it on, but you can also stick it out in the sun, and that also will help with our water. So being hydrated or hydration. The 3 zones of the body. So the 3 zones are the head up is zone 1, the neck to our waist is zone 2, and from our hips down is zone 3. And so we're a pressurized system, but we have the 3 zones in the pressurized system. So how I affect my head also affects zone 2 and zone 3. For example, I have a nose. My xiphoid process is my other nose, and my coccyx or my tailbone is my 3rd nose. I have cheeks, and I have cheeks. So every part of the body, just like the jaw, and the ankle is jaw. So if I have a client come in and their head's, it's just throbbing, they can't touch their head, it's then I'll treat zone 2 and zone 3, because even though they're interconnected, interdependent upon each other, I can then go down and work on my client's feet to help relieve their head. And so they're all connected, zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. So counter rotation. So counter rotation is when we walk and our hand goes out here, our rib cage is rotating towards the right and my head is rotating to the left. And so we're counter rotating. This is over exaggeration of my walk, but we're always counter rotating. So as we get older, we start losing the ability to rotate, that mobility, and we stop counter-rotating. Well, if you think about it, only 3 organs in the body have muscles. The rest are designed to be pumped by our movement and our counter-rotation. So counter-rotation is very important, and as we get older and our fascia starts to dry out and has adhesions and stuck stress, is that we stop rotating. And all of a sudden we walk like truck drivers and we no longer have this rotation. And so counter rotation is very important in our fascial maneuvers. It's because we want to bring that vitality back to our fascia and be able to have that mobility to counter rotate, to get that grip on the fascia, to get that shear value, to pump our organs and move our organs. So counter rotation, if my head goes one way, my ribs go the other way, and my pelvis goes the same direction as my head, or vice versa. So that's counter rotation. We are a pressurized system. So our breath is a pump. And what happens through life, through injuries, through emotions, is we get stuck fascia. And we have adhesions in our fascia that can cause from a car accident, for example, like mine, or they can be caused from emotional trauma. And so in our pressurized system, as we're pressurizing with our internal lungs, which is our inside balloon, and we have our external, which is our skin, and the skin is the most dense part of our fascia. It's kind of fun to play with and get to loose and let go, is we have on that skin 14.7 pounds of atmospheric pressure per square inch. So accumulated over the whole body, that is over 2,000 pounds pressing in on us from atmospheric pressure. Now, our fascia and our lungs on the inside and all the fluid that runs to our fascia like straw-like systems, that fluid, if flowing correctly, helps pressurize the inside of our body. Otherwise, we start shrinking as we get older, and we shrink up and shrivel up. So our pressurized system is one of the reasons that we do our staged breath. Is I'm filling my lungs up to capacity to add that internal pressure. And I kind of squeeze that fascia in between my lungs and my skin, and I twist it a little further, and I get shear value on that fascia to blow it through. Because in our fascia, the way it's structured is there's all these straw-like systems that go through it, tubular. And if we have stuck stress, the fluid cannot flow. So when we take our pressurized system and we get a grip on it, is what I say at my studios, we get a grip and we get shear value on it. I'm blowing through and I'm undistorting. I'm bringing health and vitality or tensegrity back to that pressurized system. So then that we're ballooned out instead of shriveling up and dying. So I think I've hit it all with everything. I can't think of anything I forgot. But, I just have to say that my experience with Human Garage has been life-changing. All old patterns that were plugged into my computer have now been broken off. And every thought or every belief I used to have, I now question, and I can see patterns just breaking off of me. I have joy like I've never had before. I have no more drag on my system. I felt like every day I was just dragging, through the day because my body just hurts so bad. And I have no resistance, no drag. And so everything is easier now by doing my fascial maneuvers and the supplements and hydrating and bringing hydration into my body the proper way. So anyway, I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you and goodbye.